Hi and welcome back. I've got a few more questions for you. But before we go into doing conduit fill, I've got this question right up here. I know we're bouncing back a little bit in one of our previous topics or discussions, but I want you to determine the minimum, MIN, the minimum bending radius, which is required for a Tech 90 cable that has an outside diameter of 2 inches. How do you find the minimum bending radius of that conductor? Where do we look? Let's go take a look back at 12614 for a second. We didn't talk about that too much, but where armor cables are bent during installation, the radius of the curve of the inner edge of the bend shall be at least 6 times the external diameter of the armor cable. Bend shall be made without undue distortion of the armor or without damage to the inner or outer surface. And then it talks about some other dimensions for low voltage cables. And if you flip the page, you can see that they want 18 times the diameter of the cable for high voltage cables. So right off the bat, it's telling you 6 times the external diameter. But there's also table, table 7 that can be looked at. But unfortunately, that just talks about conduit and tubing bending radius. So table 7 would not apply in this situation. So if you wanted to determine the minimum bending radius of this, once again, it is what? 6 times the diameter. So 6 times 2 inches equals 12 inches. So therefore, the bending radius on that cable is 12 inches. Nothing tighter than that. All right? It is that easy. So next we have a question about determining conduit fill. So our question is, determine the minimum rigid metal conduit size for the following conductors. We have 4 3/0 R90 X-link conductors. We have 1 number 6 R90 X-link conductor. So chances are these are our phase conductors and this is our bond conductor. The conductors are rated for 600 volts without a jacket. So we're going to figure out and determine what minimum size conduit to use. What sub-rule of 12, 9, 10 are we going to use? In all likelihood, it will be sub-rule 4. So, first of all, we have to use rules. By the way, I'm just going to erase this, and I'm going to write the rules that we require on the left side here. So, we're going to have to look at rule 12-910 as part of our discussion. And what other rules do we really need to look at? Well, we need to look at table 8 because we know we could only load the raceway to 40%. So table 8, we can only load it to 40%. What else? We have to look at now figuring out what conduit we're using or figure out what the conductor sizes are. We need to look and determine the conductor sizes. So we're going to go to table 10 what? A great Canadian name, A. 10A. So what is our cable conductor? R90 X-link. And it is 600 volt rated. So R90 X-link, we are without a jacket, And R90 X-Link. Well, we come to 170.6 millimeters. So we're coming down the first column on the left. Do you see that on the left side? We have R90 X-Link, XLPE. We've got the little hashtag. Whoops. We're looking at that mark, which tells us it's in that column that says Class B on the left side. Scroll all the way down until you come to 3/0, and each conductor is 170.6 millimeters in size. So 4 times 170.6 millimeters squared.